Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about the discovery of the brain-body connection, which is offering clues for Parkinson's and alcohol use disorder. And I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. A Rutgers research team discovery of brain activity linked to autonomic responses opens new pathways for understanding behavioral and neurological disorders. When danger lurks, instinct keeps us safe. It compels us to run from a burning building or wrestle a knife-wielding attacker to the ground. It also adjusts our body physiologically to support these behaviors. Survival helps explain why, but the mechanisms that link the brain and the body, the switch between rest and action, have long been shrouded in mystery. A research team at Rutgers University, New Brunswick, thinks they may have identified a key mechanism, and the findings may hold important clues to how diverse neurological conditions such as alcohol use disorder and Parkinson's could be diagnosed and treated. What we've discovered is the region in the brain that can control the gain of these autonomic responses from movement and environmental stimuli. It acts as a dial to mediate how strongly our heart rate and other measures of sympathetic tone, like the pupil diameter, respond in these situations. Dr. Huda, who is working on this, and his team speculated the anterior cingulate cortex might control the intensity of autonomic responses. For instance, if our heart races or palms start to sweat when we hear a sudden noise, perhaps the anterior cingulate cortex is the reason. Connecting the results to movement and stress-induced behavioral conditions will take more research, Huda said, but the evidence points in these directions. Consider Parkinson's disease. One of the major symptoms of the disease is an inability to start moving. If there is a dysfunction in process that connect your intention to move to preparing your body to enact these movements, it might help explain the disease's most debilitating symptoms. The findings could also have implications for alcohol use disorder. Because alcohol use is often linked to stress and high baseline sympathetic tone, Huda, the doctor, is looking to see if the response dial, the anterior cingulate cortex, could be tuned to control cravings or reduce dependence. Well, that's interesting stuff. I lost an uncle to Parkinson's, and obviously, in the line of work that we do, we are seeing a lot of families still 10 years in where there's somebody with a horrendous alcohol use disorder. And one of the conversations I have with families is, you need to understand this is a disease of the brain. This is not somebody who is consciously making a decision to basically destroy their mind and body. And I think once families can appreciate that it's a disease, then we can start talking about, well, what's the treatment? Right? Because there are treatments. People do recover from this disease. And so if you're a family out there and you've got a loved one with an alcohol use disorder, any other kind of drug use disorder, mental health, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you feel like you've tried everything. You feel like you've tried to get them into treatment, or if they go, they won't stay. You've tried to get them to take their medications, and if they do, they stop taking them. I mean, the chaos, all of the things that I've always talked about in these videos that I put out there for you. If you want to have a conversation about having a different outcome, what options may or may not be available, both legal and non-legal, and sometimes a combination of both, we'd like to talk to you. If there's an issue going on in your family and I've not made a video about it, let me know. I'll make you a video. Just post in the comments, because if it's affecting your family, I'm sure it's affecting somebody else's too. And I make these videos so you get the information that you need. Okay, not what's on Google, not what's on ChatGPT, how this works in the real world based on speaking to thousands of families and just handling these cases relentlessly for the last 10 years. So let me know. If you could, please give me a thumbs up. They tell me it helps with the algorithm, and obviously if we can get in front of more faces, more families, we can help more people. That's the goal here with these videos, and that's the mission of the firm. And if you like this content and you want more of it, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.